Unmute your mic.
Unmuting mic.
We got you.
Beautiful. Okay. Lisa's comment. Hello, beautiful souls. Today is going to be another fabulous creative event. Happy Wednesday. It's so good to see everybody. Hi, Jean, Kathy, Connie, Lynn, Peggy, Monica. It's so good to see you guys. Uncle Doug's down there at the bottom. Happy Wednesday. Happy Warehouse Wednesday. Oh, two W's. We should call it Warehouse Wednesday.
What a
That's so
beautiful
good.
alliteration.
I love it. Hi, Glenna and Candy.
Wonderful.
Cheryl.
Let's make it all three. Wonderful Warehouse Wednesday. Then it's
Yes.
a more complete alliteration.
Hi, Lucine. Yes. We have been updating some things over here at the warehouse. So Uncle Doug has connected Ethernet to my iPad here. So hopefully the stream quality is going to be way good this time. It was on during our stash, it was really good. I think a little bit of the blurriness might have came from my camera. I accidentally cracked the like right down the middle of my camera lens protector. So there's like a split and then there's like some little fuzz in there, but it's looking pretty good on the screen right now, so I'm not too worried about it. Hi, Stephanie. I hope you guys are just as excited for today as I am. Uncle Doug, you said you have 4 trivias for today?
4 giveaways. Well,
Amazing.
4 trivias and then the big giveaway at the end.
Awesome sauce. So while Uncle Doug's here, see what you okay, so when I come out this way, you can see that the screen gets like a little fuzzy and a little gray because it switches my lens. So I'm gonna try and do everything super up close today, so the quality is really great. Because screen protector or camera protectors are a little expensive because you have to buy all 3. You can't just get like one to replace it. It's so
Corian,
dumb.
I will pay for them.
Oh no, it's fine.
Just get
I
get
just
them. I will pay for them.
I just have to go get them. I have to go to
Right,
Best
just go get
Buy.
them.
Yeah. But anyway, so good to see everybody. I know Lisa is super excited for today. She even messaged me over Instagram. She's like, "You're singing my song." And I love that. I love it, love it, love it. But we have a lot of things to go through. We have natural brass findings, solid brass findings, or stampings per se, because they're not findings. We have some plated things, pewter-based things, steel-based things, you name it. We got it all today. So I'm very excited. I see Kat's over on YouTube. Hi, Kat. And Jan is over on YouTube also. And it looks like Aunt Jean is also commenting on YouTube. So I did not hit mute. Everybody should be able to hear me.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Anyway, let's dive in. We're going to knock Uncle Doug off the screen, but we will bring him back when we do some more trivia. How about that? All right. Bye-bye. Doink. And you guys can see I have so much more space behind me now. Like, let me move my laptop here so you guys can see. So I have my side table, my tray thing, or my cart, and then I have my other cart over here, but all these shelves behind me are gone or pushed back. So I have more room and it feels amazing not to be like super cramped in. I mean, gotta adjust this. Okay, that's where the brown was coming from. I was like, it's either on the bottom or the top. All right, so let's get into it. All of these do have kit options, so I put them into kit options for this necklace and this bracelet as a kit option, I think. Hold on, let me double check. Yes, so this necklace and this bracelet is a kit option. This bracelet and these earrings are a kit option, and these earrings and this bracelet is also can be wrapped into a necklace. So this is the necklace, bracelet, earring kit, bracelet, earring kit, necklace bracelet kit. So they all have kit options. And then for the items that I was able to put and do in bulk, I did do that as well. So we're going to go through each of the kits. And then as we're going through the kits, we will pop up the bulk packs if they have bulk packs. But I'm thinking we're going to start with the bracelet and the earrings here because this is the most simple. And I don't have any bulk packs of these linked rings. So depending on how many of the kits sell, then I might be able to put some bulk packs up for those rings, but I'm pretty limited on those. So I wanted to ensure that I got them in kits first. So let me pop up that kit here on Carter. Warehouse sale collection. All right, so this is the bracelet earring kit. I'm gonna push these out of the way for now, so we're not focusing on that. And we're going to bring this down in so you can get a better quality. There we go, for you. Lisa said multi-use pieces is huge. It's a huge trend for 2026. It's so crazy that because I don't follow trends, but the jewelry that I've been making lately have been within trends. So it kind of makes me a little bit happy that I don't need to research trends and it kind of just happens to fall into there when I'm designing. Because if I have to design for a specific trend, it kind of makes my brain do weird things. I want to be able to design and just design without having to design for a trend and then kind of see what pieces in there would be considered quote unquote trendy. So I'm very excited for this necklace and this bracelet because peridot is my birthstone. I'm an August baby and this peridot massive crystal here matched the peridot green leaves, which I was very excited for. So everything that you need to make this bracelet and these earrings do come in this kit for $29, and that's a great deal. Retails for over $40. Cart 100. So if you're new and you have not ordered on Facebook before, you can type cart 100 or cart whatever number follows, press enter, it'll prompt your Facebook Messenger app to create a shopping list for you and you can check out straight from Facebook. If you're not comfortable checking out on Facebook, I understand. That's why we have vintagelifeshop.com for you to visit, and you can go to the warehouse sale tab, and everything that I'm showing today will have a listing available in that collection. So I'm super excited for that. A big trend for this year is personal expression. You got it. Oh, Monica, didn't you say something? I think I just loved your post from yesterday, and I think it was your mom's birthday, I think. So happy heavenly birthday to your mom, Monica. Vintage. It's like don't even ask me how to say that. Blue concept from the Devil Wears Prada. You're influenced by trends without realizing it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Ooh, Stephanie's an August baby. August 28th. I was supposed to be born on the 25th, but no, I needed to stay inside my mom for another 3 days and then put her through over 24 hours of labor. So I was difficult, but I'm curious what day yours is, Stephanie. Anyway, so while we're talking about birthdays and birthstones and stuff, which is always super huge to have color tones for birthstones because everybody loves that kind of stuff. But we're going to bring out the green crystals here that you're going to get in this kit. And then we'll go over some of the construction, which is ridiculously easy. So I recommend just buying this because it's going to be so easy for you, especially if you're just getting started into jewelry making. This kit is perfect for you. All right. So we have these green crystals. This is the massive middle crystal in that bracelet. The facets are beautiful and it is a bead crystal. So you see that tube going through the center there. So we have that and then these cute little These cute little peridot leaves are super, super cute. And I did have enough of these for kits, so that turned out really well. You're also going to get some wire, some art metal 26 gauge or art metal colored 26 gauge wire. So this is what I used for wrapping these little leaf beads and doing the wrapped loops on them. You're going to get approximately a foot of the black deerskin leather. And then you're also going to get 16 gauge art metal colored wire. And this is the wire that I used to create the connector loop in the big bracelet there. And I did want to give you guys some close ups. So this is what the earring looks like close up. We have an ER011-040, which is a brass based silver plated shepherd hook ear wire. We have the JRV40 connecting from the ear wire to this toggle ring. And then you have your JRV86, I believe. That's from the Tiny Jump Ring sampler pack down there at the bottom with your 16 gauge wire wrapped loop around your leaf bead there. So make sure you make all this jewelry because it's stunning. And this is perfect for birthstone ladies, especially for our August board ladies. For the bracelet here, and I'll go over these techniques too, but I do want to tell you guys everything that I had in here in case you don't buy the kit and you just buy bulk packs. Green jewelry is beautiful. Ooh, Stephanie's the 16th. That's nice. Are you a Virgo? I'm a Virgo. I don't know when that switches over, so I'm curious. What are you? All right. And then we have the toggles here with our little green beads hanging off the bottoms of those. I should actually flip it this way because this is how it is. From our toggle here, and I'll teach you how to do this as well. Since these rings don't open, we have to wrap this loop with this ring on it. So I'll teach you how to do that. That's with our 16 gauge wire there in between, back to your little toggles there. And then into our leather, since this doesn't open as well. This is one that you're gonna slide on the crimp and then crimp after the fact. So construction, you're gonna get 2 of these 3-link things. I don't know what you would call that. Just there are link bars or circle link bars, but I really, really like them. And they make super pretty bracelets. Even if you just wanted to do these and just do one on one side, one on the other, instead of putting the green crystal in there, you can. It's just stunning. But that's pewter based and it's matte antique pewter plated. Yes. And to do the bracelet and the earrings, I'm just going to take one of these links here and just slowly bend it up. Pull this off. And slowly close that. And then you're going to do that for the other one too. But this is the start of your earring here. Then you just attach your JRV40 at the top and then attach your ear wire. And then I'll teach you how to do this little wrap here with the wire as well. So that's the start for your earrings. And then after you do both of those, you're gonna have these links left over. So you're gonna have a 2 with the center and you're gonna have that times 2 for your bracelets. So I'm gonna pull this down a little bit so you can see here. And then you're going to have your little green beads hanging off. It's going to be the same concept with this little art metal wire wrap there. So that's going to hang down. And then you'll have your green crystal there in the center with your leather coming off on either side. So that's the start of your bracelet. Let's do the little leaf wrap here first. Let me grab some wire from over here. You're gonna get plenty of wire to do this, and you're gonna get plenty of leather to do this. You're gonna get a little bit more leather than what I would need for my bracelets, and a little bit more chain than what I would need for my necklaces, because I know that my neck is really, really tiny compared to like average neck size. So I do like to include just a little extra just in case, to account for different neck sizes. All right. So I'm just going to cut off like a couple inches of wire here. Two inches would probably be suffice. We're going to string that into our leaf bead. You're going to want to pay attention here with how I do this. So I'm going to pinch and cross these all the way down to the green leaf bead. Okay. So kind of in the center like this. Pinch and cross all the way down. Then you're going to take your round nose pliers, kind of hold both sides of the wire there, and then start your loop. But I'm going to come in a little bit more and make my loop a little bit larger. So I'm going to go from this side, since this is going over this side. And I'm going to pull it around like I would my normal loop. And don't let go, but you can shift your pliers up and around. And you're going to take your chain nose and pull this wire, and you're going to wrap it around. So I'm going to grab my little tail here. I'm going to wrap it around the existing wire there. Make it nice and tight. I'm going to go around a few times and keep this other wire sticking up. Keep going. This gives you a really, really, really pretty wrapped loop. Pull from underneath. And you can wrap it however many times that you like, whether it's 2 or 3. I like to do odd numbers. Ian hates that. So I'm an odd number lady. And when I'm watching a show, or if I'm, turning up the radio, I have to be on odd numbers. I'm going to take the smaller tail off first. So I would do like 19 instead of 20. Ian likes the even number, so he would want to go all the way to 20. But I'm like, no, I need odd numbers. So I'll do like 19 or 21. He'll want to do 20 or 22. Are you guys odd number or even number, ladies? I'm curious. All right, so with this other little loop here, or this other little tail by your loop, you're going to clip that off just from right here, very close to your loop. Just be careful that you don't clip your wire because it is thinner wire. I'm going to just gently squish my little wrap here. And then I'm going to pull down this little tab that's sticking up because I needed to go a little bit close to that. And then you have your cute little thin wire wrapped loop. So you'll do that, 6 times? You're going to do 4 for the bracelet and 2 for the earrings. So you would just take this, attach it with your JRV 86, which is your smaller jump ring. And then at the top, you're going to do your JRV 40 and then your ear wire. So those earrings are done. And then, since we already did that, I'm going to pull these other leaves off and kind of put that right there. That back up there. And then let's do this one here. So we're going to take our 2 combo, actually put this up here over there, along with your 16 gauge wire. So I'm going to stretch this out. I'm going to create a wrapped loop with this on both sides. So I'm going to start with my crystal down at the bottom. And I'm going to take my round nose pliers, which you can do this really anywhere on here. That's why I'm giving you quite a bit of room, because you're going to have to do your wrapped loop, etc., etc. So I'm going to pull this down a little bit, but I want a decent sized loop because I need to fit my rings in there. So I'm going to start here. I can pull my crystal down here while I'm working in the meantime. And then I'll push my crystal back up. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to string this on. While I'm here, I'm going to take my chain nose and kind of squish this together so I'm holding both of them. And then I'm going to pull this tail and I'm going to wrap that around a couple times with my other chain nose. There we go. And you can keep your round nose in there if it's easier to keep your round shape, which I probably could have gone a little bit more with my wrapped part of my wire. Ooh. I actually could have probably looped that a little better. It's a little oval versus round, but that's okay. I'm gonna get this wrapped all the way around. And tuck that tail. Oop. And pull it up and then tuck it. Beautiful. So you're attached here because this ring does not open and close. Which I'm gonna twist this a little bit more from the top portion here, if it'll let me. And then pull this up a little bit more on this side. Okay. Pull this crystal all the way back. Probably give yourself a little bit more room here so you can wrap it a couple more times. I think I did 2 to 3 on these. This one's more like a 1 to 2. And you're going to come on the other side and you're going to do that same thing. Come down here. Give yourself enough room for your spiral. Round it. String on your other 2. So I'm going to pull this one apart now. These are nice because they open and close. So you don't really have to pay attention to what side these are. Just when you're finished, make sure that, see, one's open on this side and one's closed on this side. Once I'm done with this, I would open this back up and flip it back around to the other side so it stays how it's supposed to be with the other one. Let's pull this up a little bit more there. And I'm gonna wrap this as well. Which I have a lot more wire on this side, so I'm able to wrap it a little bit longer or a couple more times. Okay. And that'll hold it nice and tight. And we're going to take this tail off. And then we can tuck whatever we can't clip. So that's a good section of wire. Definitely could have pulled this loop down a little bit so I could have more to wrap. And then let's make sure that these are aligned. So I'm just going to open that and then I'm going to flap it. And then I'm going to close it. So now both sides, or the front top side, is going to both be closed versus the opening side. I'll tuck this tail the rest of that way. It's also super windy here today. It's supposed to be, what, 60 degrees, I think, at some point today. But it's so windy. All right, so that's the back. This is the front. And then if you want, you can take this and make sure that your loops are the same side. And then I would just bend them down just a tiny bit, just a little bit to follow the curve of the bracelet. But I need to hold this way here. Make sure they're all lined up good. I might have twisted that one too far. Go back. Okay, there we go. That's the start of your bracelet, and then you would do your little wrap loops with those leaves there. Cute. And then for your leather here, I'm gonna probably just take a little section. I'll just use that foot section, that's okay. All right. So our foot section here, I'll measure this so you guys know approximately how much I used for mine. So that, and then times 2 that. That is around, let's see here. It's around 6 inches that I'm using. So a 3-inch and then a 3-inch, which I'm going to cut those on my ruler here. And then that 3-inch is going to fold, and then you'll get your little loopy loop. So 3-inch there. And then I just line up the tops of my leather down here. And then cut that to size. So they're the same size. And then we're going to take our little rings here. You string your leather through the ring. Hold your 2 sides together. And then for your crimp, be aware what side you're working on. Make sure it's the front side. You can switch it if you want, but it's just a little extra work. And then I'm going to lay my crimp in here, but I'm going to flip this now that I know what side I'm working on. I'm shoving my double leather in the CE60 crimp, which is the wider of the 2 crimps that we are offering. The crimp is available. Let me put these up here. Ooh, I don't have them on a Carter. If you just type in CE60 on the warehouse site, you can choose between gold and silver. There's a tooth here at the bottom, which locks in your leather. But I like to squish it down really good to give myself enough room to be able to push it down. So use a little bit of force when you're squishing this into your crimp. And then start closing your sides. So I'm going to fold in this one. Crimp really hard, so squeeze with both hands. And then we're going to fold over this next side. If I can hold my dang leather, do it from this side to balance it the right way. All right, in both hands, crimp that. And then you have your closed crimp. That's not coming off. And then I used a couple JR20s there, -040, which is the silver plated version, a JR40-040 silver plated, CL0003 silver plated. And then you just repeat for the other side. Super duper easy. There you go. I do like that. And then bam, 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 bam. Just like that. Remind me the 2 wire gauges. So you'll have your 26 gauge wire, which is the thinner of the 2, and then you'll have your 16 gauge wire, which is the thicker version. Okay, that's about it for that one. Speaking of Uncle Doug, is Uncle Doug ready for trivia? Already? Let me get you up here. Hold on. And I gotta make sure that you're unmuted too. Hello.
Hello. Those are really pretty. Green is probably my favorite color.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those are just beautiful.
I think Aunt Jean really resonates with the color green too.
Yeah, especially the emerald. Well, either emerald or like an olive drab.
Oh, olive green is so pretty.
Those are my all-time favorites.
We have
Okay,
a
we got
panel
a trivia
pack for
question.
today.
So what do you got? You got some panels there for us?
Mm-hmm.
And we have plenty of
First.
green hues in our stain line.
Heck yeah, we do.
Do well with these, huh?
Yes, yes. And Lisa has been posting a lot of wood pop out jewelry on DIY with Vintage. It's been really, really pretty.
Yeah, the techniques she's using really upscale them a ton.
They do.
Yeah, great job, Lisa. So let's get to a trivia question here. Which host of the MTV series Headbangers Ball is credited as being the godfather of podcasting? There's one for you. At least I'm making it harder to look up on Google.
I'm seeing some of these YouTube comments. Did you know I was born in Waukesha?
Yes, I did know that. I was there.
Somebody or Aunt Jean or somebody commented and said we used to live in Waukesha, and I
Yeah,
was like, I was born there.
I'm moderating as Vintage over there.
Okay, so Uncle Doug's saying that.
Yeah.
I missed Beat and Button too, because I had seen that comment. All right.
So again, the question: which host of the MTV series Headbangers Ball is credited for being the godfather of podcasting?
Did you put it in the comments?
I didn't paste it there yet. I probably could.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make it harder for people to Google. I'm giving the non-Googlers a head start.
Sure. Oh, Cheryl goes, OMG, that's by me.
Oh, Monica Thompson back in the game.
Yes, ma'am.
Adam Curry, he now runs a podcast show called No Agenda. A really good one.
Good job, Monica. I love seeing her on here. All right, so Monica gets the panel pack, which you can do a lot with this. And remember, to claim your trivia and your big loot giveaway, you must have an open order with us on Vintage liveshop.com. And for the Big Loot giveaway, since Uncle Doug needs to do Monica's doodle, we will show the Big Loot giveaway. So you
Yeah,
guys
show that while you're
get a
doing
look
it.
at that.
I gotta put her name on this. She might like this one. I was doodling on top of when I had nothing else to do for a while.
Sure. Love react to the live demo for a chance to win the Big Loot giveaway. You must have an open order on vintageliveshop.com to claim. Get your love reactions in. Love it up. Even if you've won before. Love, 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 love. Share, comment. For our YouTube ladies, you need to be a subscriber, comment, and like the video. And then Uncle Doug will moderate those names. And then at the end, we will spin the wheel for the Big Loot giveaway. And this thing, look at the super unique art metal pieces in here. Aren't those
Nice.
crazy?
Yes, they are.
They're
They're not
super
only
pretty.
crazy, they're insane.
They're insane.
Okay, pop
Love
your
it.
comment down so I can show my doodle.
Oops, sorry, I didn't know I was still
and then
up.
I'll come back over there. Look
There
at
we
this
go.
one.
Oh, that looks so good.
And there's a cardinal on the little peg there, Peggy. I noticed Peggy on Peggy's icon, she's got cardinals.
Aww.
Or she's got a cardinal.
Sure.
We love cardinals. Cardinals just flock to the house.
All right, so Monica won that giveaway,
Good job,
and
Monica.
we will see you over here to grab that.
Hey.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. I can't deny I love big loots. You're so funny, Aunt Nancy. We're gonna have to give you a couple big loots to design with. All right. So Uncle Doug's grabbing this panel pack. She'll sit right there for you so it's easy. Mm-hmm. All right, and we just went over the demonstration for the bracelet and earring kit. Monica said she missed a little bit of it, but you guys know you guys can watch the replays. So that's amazing. All right. Hi, Robin. Good to see you here. Next up, let's do these two, and then we'll finish off with the choker brace or choker necklace and bracelet. And we might do a little break in between these so Uncle Doug can do all four of his trivias. I'm thinking. Okay. Or maybe we'll do it in between the other no, we'll do it in between these two. Yeah. All right, let me pop up this kit next. So for $48, you can get cart 101, which is the necklace, bracelet, ear. So necklace slash bracelet, and I'll tell you why why it is, and earring kit, because you're only seeing one of these, right? So this actually doubles for a necklace and a bracelet. You can do it either way, which I freaking love this. It's so cool. I love it. So you would put it on as normal, right? And then you're going to wrap this around the top. Yes. And then you'll hook this into the clasp. So not only is it a bracelet, but it also doubles for a necklace, which we'll show these at the end too, so you guys know. But this also acts as a necklace, and it can wrap around your neck and finish off there at the end. I love it. It is so cool. This one's probably coming home with me. What? These earrings too. These earrings are probably coming home with me as well. So make sure you grab them while you can. The kits come with everything you need to make these pieces, from findings to stampings to the leather to the wire to the ear wires, like to the wall, to the yellow wall. I'm saying like everything from wall to wall you can get in these kits. Cart 101 for the necklace, bracelet, and earring kits. And then let's get into construction. which I do have a couple of these elements in bulk packs as well. So let's start off with the earrings. We're going to pull this one off to the side first. And we'll bring up a bulk pack for the PT197s. These are super cool. They're like flat rings, they're pewter based. These might even be just, no, they're matte white, matte pewter white or matte white pewter, one or the other way is plated over pewter. So it is plated with a matte white pewter plating and it's pewter based. So these are cool. They just have a little bit of detail, but I love that the ring's not like a perfect circle. I love that it's got some variation to it. So I'll pop up that bulk pack. PT197, the ring pack, you can get 12 pieces for $24. Cart 102. And let me get into here. This is one that we have offered before. So make sure you grab it. Why is that not? Huh. So when I was sorting my collections earlier today, some of the items came all the way up. If Jean wouldn't mind, I mean, I can probably do it too. Actually, I can probably just do it. It'd probably be easier for me to do it. So I'm gonna, I don't know if it'll let me sign in or not. Because I know where it's at in the collection. But if this is gonna make me do an authentication code. Okay. Let's go into text to me. Anyway, I'll bring up that bulk pack here in a minute. 39, 59, 70. And then you're gonna need leather, which does come in the kit. Otherwise, I don't even know if I have the black leather on retail anymore because I wanted to make sure that I had enough for the kits. But you'll have that. You'll have some black leather to go with it, enough to make what you see here for your earrings. And then you're going to need PT211. PT211, I'm looking for it in my stack, or my kit stack here. Because I pulled out everything that I needed and then I kind of like pushed them up. Okay, I think I'm gonna, okay, here it is. PT211. Let me pop up this bulk pack next. So PT211, this one is on the main warehouse sales screen, but this is a pewter based ring. It is silver plated and it's organic textured, so it's an organic ring. $20 for 24 pieces, cart 103. You're for sure gonna want to grab this pack whether you're getting the kits or not, because these are super super popular, but I do have some back stock of it. And then once I'm out of back stock, then it's going to go back to the retail price for those. And then you're also going to need PT204. I used the matte pewter antique color, which I'll pop that up here in a second, but it's a smooth bail. And you have 3 different plating colors for this, I believe. PT204 bail pack. Okay, yes. So cart 104, 14 pieces for $20. You can get silver plated, rose gold plated, or the color that I used, which is this pewter antique plated version. They are pewter based, and you can open and close those links, which is super nice. And I really like the way that these look. They're smooth, they're pretty, they're like industrial but modern. I'm a big, big fan of these. And pop that down there. And then you'll need some more shepherd hook ear wires, which do come in the kit if you got the kit. Otherwise, EROO-040 for the silver plated based or brass-based shepherd hook ear wire there. Trying to find my other product. You're going to get 2 of these rectangular crystals in the kit. I don't have enough for a crystal pack, so you can only get the crystals in the kits this time. Otherwise, you can add your own crystals. Totally cool with me. In the kit, you're also going to get 26 gauged copper colored wire. This is not copper wire, it is copper colored wire. It is brass based, which I'm a big fan of it. And it's the same gauge as the art metal colored wire that we were using in the other kit for the little peridot crystals, the little peridot green. They're not crystals. I think that's like check glass or something. But and then some of that. And that's it for that one, I think. I'm looking for this stupid washer pack here. Just so odd that it, because I select everything ahead of time and move it all to the top. All right, I found it. That's getting moved to the top of the collection. So then that way you guys can view that on the first page and you don't have to go searching for it. I try and get all of my collection things together for whatever sale I'm running at the time. And I also happen to bring back up the vintage stash review items that we used yesterday. So the items that I did have for sale earlier, I did add those inspo pictures to there. So just briefly want to show you guys in case you missed it. We made this necklace with a little pink bead there in the center. We made these earrings, also pink bead in the center, little roped earrings. And you guys can view that live that was on Monday. And then we did like a little photography demo during that live too. So if you haven't watched Monday's live, I recommend doing that so you guys can get a couple photography techniques in, and then you guys know what to design for your stash, or you can buy some more bulk packs for the stuff that we designed with the stash. But I did want to briefly mention that so you guys know that those are available. What size is that crystal? That crystal, Peggy, it's just under 8 millimeter tall. And then we'll go with approximately 6. There you go. And then the kit comes with the jump rings and the HPs, the head pins that you need. I'll bring out a couple of those here. But the bail pack is up right now. And then I popped up the other pack. I think I popped up all of them that I need for this. If you need to see a Carter number for ordering, just let me know and I'll get those popped up for you again. But I'm going to go back to the kit version and pop that up on the screen once more. There we go. And let's get into construction. So I don't have a lot of these, but it's the same technique. And I'll probably cut this after the fact so I can fill all the orders with them. I'm gonna go down a little bit and create a wrapped loop, of course. Aw, Lynn watched the replay. That's what I love about the replay is because you don't have to be on when we're on, though it's more fun because you get to communicate with everybody. But you have the opportunity to still watch the demos even after we have gone live. And then because we stream to YouTube and we're saving all of our demos to YouTube, Facebook does delete our live videos every 30 days, which bummer, I know, but we do have all of our tutorials and demos on YouTube, and you can search our YouTube page, so the Vintage page on YouTube, can be searched, and then you can type in a collection name and that video will pop up. So it's really easy to find that stuff. Otherwise, if you are a Backstage pass holder, you can visit the archive online, and only people that are subscribed get to view that archive. Otherwise, because you have to be logged in to view it and you have to be subscribed to view it. But all of our demo videos are also there as well. All right, so I got a little loopy loop for that crystal. Simple connection between these. You're just gonna put your bail in between there and close those, but we'll do that in a minute after we get our leather figured out here. So I'm gonna take, let's see, approximately, you guys like my measuring technique? Oh, where's my ruler? Might be approximately the same. Okay, we're gonna go 4 inches. So you're gonna cut 4 4-inch leather sections. So that's one. Line them up. 2. And then 3 4. But I'm just gonna do 2 for just one earring. So you're gonna have 2 4-inch sections per earring. Out of the way. We're going to take those sections together. And we're going to put those into the ring and then come back down and make sure that the ends are in line. So the ends are meeting at the bottom here. There we go. I'll do that for this one. Make sure your ends meet. Beautiful. And these are going to get cinched in pretty dang close to each other. So I'm going to kind of pull them down a little bit so they're nice and tight there. And then you're going to start wrapping your leather or your wire, but you're going to get more wire than this. This is just like a little example section. So I'm going to make a little loop around the back here to kind of hold in my pieces or my leather for now. And then I'm going to pull this around here so I can start my wrap. And I want to make this pretty dang tight. So that's just my starter. I'm going to grab in between here. And then I'm going to really cinch these. So I'm going to grab an end and just start wrapping. Be careful with the thinner wire. Though it can be really, really strong once you've gone around a few times. It can be thin and brittle if you're not patient. So we're going to wrap that around several times. Nice and tight. And then see where I need to pull back my starter loop. So that's also nice and tight. And I'm going to squish it. And then take a tail off. And then you'll use the remaining wire for your other one. Sorry if that was a little off the screen. I only do the messy wire wraps. I think it's more organic and cute that way. All right, I'm gonna tuck my tail in between some of these other wires here, both tail ends. So it has somewhere to kind of lay in and stick and it won't pop back out. All right, so there's your your start. Could probably actually take this tail a little bit. I'm gonna pull this down and then tuck it in a little bit here. So it goes under some of my other wire. Beautiful. Okay. That's the start. Then grab, I use tiny scissors. These are tiny, like hair cutting scissors, like super tiny. It's all the bigger they get. And I like these scissors for this purpose. So we're going to go through and cut each of these twice. So you're going to go down a line and down a line. You're going to turn it from one little piece into 3 sections doing this. So you're going to start at the bottom. Be careful while you're snipping. I happened to snip one of my little tassel things off like halfway up because I wasn't being patient and I was rushing a little bit. But if you get it just right, you have enough room to make 3 little cuts. Just be patient while you're cutting and make sure that you're lined up as you're cutting. So you don't do what I did because I got a little frustrated. It was like the very last one that I cut, and then I like cut it off halfway up there on accident. Oopsie. All right. So there's a 3. We'll do that 3 more times. I find that it was easier for me to wrap my wire around the top and then cut it versus having them pre-cut and having to kind of handle all the little fringe together. This one might be a 2-1. I might be able to get a half split up here, but I feel like I cut this one a little thin. Ooh. I think I'm almost there. Haha. Love it. Couple more times. What are your spring plans? Like, what are you most excited for about spring? Because it's feeling like spring with the 60-degree weather. I'm most excited about the water draining out of my yard and it drying up. Because it is so muddy, and I was outside letting Bear out last night, and the neighbor came outside with his dog, so Bear starts going crazy, and he starts running around in the mud. Well, then the door opens to the house, and Remy comes outside, and then Aries follows, and then Nora follows. So I have 4 dogs running in the stinking mud, like water, just bogged down water, mud, you name it, just running and kicking it up and getting it all in their paws. Oh, I was so angry. But they loved it. So I couldn't get like too mad at them. They did sit in their kennels for a minute while I calmed down before I gave them baths. So I was like, all right, I'm done with you. You're going in the kennel. And then I had to put them in the shower to get the stuff off their feet because it was just that caked on. I maybe could have split that one more time there. But that one's looking pretty good. You're still waiting for winter? Monica said spring's months away. It's just a couple months away, right? Because we're almost into March. Well, we're like halfway through February, so we're gonna be into March here soon. Maybe I might cut that one more time. It's looking a little thicker than the rest. And this is probably what I did when I split the other one and then got mad. Let's see. Ooh. Oh yeah. We're gonna hopefully And then I got to get an oil change after work today, too. And then tomorrow I'm driving Carson and JT to O'Hare so they can fly down to Virginia and buy a truck and see mom and dad, which will be super nice. All right. So after we do our fringe there, you're going to take some, I guess, shaken up here. Peggy, I'm sorry, but get over it. Peggy doesn't like winter. We didn't have, I mean, in the beginning months, we had like a couple snows, but it didn't snow a whole lot here, unfortunately. All right. Iridescent gold. Bring that color out. And then grab a bristle brush. Usually the easiest way to get this on. And I'm going to dry that off. The iridescent gold on the black leather gives it a gold green look, and I'm for it. I love it. It's beautiful. I'm gonna grab my old. So I don't have one of my silica mats. I'm gonna make my painting steel bench block back out here. All right. Shake your paints before you use them. I'm gonna put my paint into a paint palette off to the side here. Just iridescent gold. Just one step. That's it. Iridescent gold. All right. I'm gonna dump my brush in there, and then we're gonna go heavy on the leather. Get it nice and saturated. And then we'll take the heat gun to it, and as we're heat gunning it, we're gonna move it around a little bit so it doesn't get like super stiff. I might need a little bit more. Going to the other side here. Brush that. He's looking good. So good. I'm almost out of the paint that's in my paint palette. I could put a little bit more in there, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. A little bit more. 74 in Dallas? What? It was like 80 something down in Texas the other week. A couple of my friends moved down there, and on her Instagram story, her boyfriend, Jacob, was out like barefoot, shorts, t-shirt, washing his car outside. Like, oh, that sounds so nice right now. Just warm enough weather to be out there, comfortable, doing outside stuff. Okay, that's pretty good there. I'm gonna bring this off, and then with our heat gun, I'm gonna bounce this around a little bit so I don't get super stiff. You don't have many marshmallows. Tempted to make s'mores. I'm allergic to chocolate, so if I do a s'mores, it's like everything without chocolate. So, graham cracker and marshmallow. All right, that seems to be pretty good. All right, take your bail, slide that on. Take your PT211 organic ring, slide that on. Close your bail. I think in between. Nice. I'm going to attach your ear wire there at the top. And then on your bail, you'll use a jump ring to hook a jump ring to the bail, and then let your wrapped loop crystal hang from that jump ring. And then you're done with those earrings. Not super hard. You're just cutting some leather, wrapping some wire, creating a wrapped loop for your crystal, and then simple connection with the bail there, and then adding your ERO11 in silver, just direct to the PT211. Super duper easy. I'm a big fan of these. And this would be a cute just necklace focal too if you wanted to just do a necklace instead of earrings. Totally cool. All right. Uncle Doug better get back to his office so can do another trivia here. Use Starburst candy instead of chocolate. I've heard. Ew, that sounds gross. No way people do that. Seriously? What the heck? All right. Well, while we're waiting for Uncle Doug, we'll show the. So I want to make sure that we're able to do all the trivia he has for you today. So if you need any other cart numbers, let me know. But I'm going to pull these off the screen, get you excited for what's coming up next, and then I'll pull the trivia gift here in a moment. So this is that bracelet that also doubles for a necklace. So actually I can set it out probably like that. So this is, and if you have a larger neck, you can always add a couple more of these, or larger neck and wrist. You can add a couple more of these pewter typewriter key stamping or castings there. There we go. So that's necklace. And then your bracelet version is going to have like that chain that comes back up this way. And then it wraps back into your thing, but it's a little backwards there. Corian, put the marshmallow on the stick and then caramel. Mmm, that might be good. I could probably get down with the caramel marshmallow, but the Starburst marshmallow does not sound great. Lynn agrees with me. Caramel would be good. It's so funny. I just had some vanilla ice cream yesterday and I put some Smucker's caramel on it. It was so good. All right, is Uncle Doug ready for trivia? I see that he just got back. All right, let me pop him on. Hello.
Hello. Hey, I'm not the one that has eaten those. I've just heard of alternatives.
Oh, sure.
I would think they'd be kind of gross too. The caramel sounds amazing though.
Yeah.
Like caramels instead,
Yes.
chocolate, or just put them on there too. It'd be like a Rolo. You could have a Rolo some more. That would be probably a little bit over the top, I think.
That would be something.
Yeah. Well, what do you have for us, Corey? Oh, a nice little smalls mix.
Yeah, the little star or the little natural brass charm sampler pack. Look at this.
Yeah.
Cute alligator or
I know that's
crocodile.
nice.
I don't know. One or the other. Or it might be a lizard even.
Was it a pointy snout?
It might be
Was
a
it pointy
lizard.
or flat? I think the crocodiles are the pointy ones.
Probably. Yeah. And then the alligators have the wider
Yeah.
snouts. Yeah. I don't know why that would. Anyway, cute little natural brass charm sampler pack.
And the alligators are on the like North American side.
Sure. Ready for trivia.
Ready for trivia. Okay, once again, we're going to give a fair shot to the non-Googlers by not pasting this in right away.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, let me go back to it. What is the only sea that has no coastline? The only sea that has no coastline. What is the only sea that has no coastline? Okay, questions have been pasted. Trivia is set. Let's get our puzzlers out. Let's see who's the fastest Googler, I think, is what it really boils down to sometimes. Although people like Sherry and Monica, they probably just go by the top of their head. They're pretty good trivia winners all the time.
Right.
Peggy. Has Peggy ever won a trivia before?
Yeah, she has.
Okay, Peggy, way to go! It's been a while though.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Good job, Peggy. Sargasso is the answer we're looking for. Glad we could do this for you, Peggy. Now I have to find out some kind of a nice picture for Peggy.
Yeah.
I'll give her some kind of a nice Midwestern picture.
While you're doing that, I'm going to show the Big Loot giveaway again. And don't forget to be notified of these live events and classes. Text LIVE live to 855-948-2148. Reminders are sent approximately 5 minutes before the event begins. We also send out our pre-order notifications that way as well. So for the Big Loot giveaway, you love React to the live demo for a chance to win. You must have an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com to claim. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is the Big Loot giveaway. So this is a lot of product you can get for free. All you need to do is love React to the live demo. Or if you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment so we know and can interact with you. And then have an open order with us. And then we'll ship this to you in your order. You have Peg's Doodle?
I do. Peggy Doodle Doo.
Mm.
Do you have a clear spot for me to show it? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Look at that.
Oh, sunshine.
And springtime planting, you know, like the rose and
The fields with the
fields.
birds.
Yeah. There you go, Peggy.
Peggy's thrilled because of the tinies in this giveaway.
Yeah, that's right. Peggy does like the tinies.
Yes, she does.
I think one time she didn't win a tinies and she wanted to buy a
Switch
pack
it
of
out.
tinies.
Yeah, I think
if
so.
I'm remembering right.
I think you are.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
we'll see
great.
you over
Okay.
here.
Flink me off.
Bye. It seems like our since switching to the direct Ethernet connection that my iPad is actually performing a little bit better as well, which is super nice. All right, I'm gonna pop this over here for Uncle Doug on top of these. Bring this other one over here. All right. Let's get into this beautiful necklace bracelet. Very excited because it's so easy and it's just absolutely stunning. I know. I saw her comment. She's funny. Okay. So we showed this a little bit earlier, how it wraps as a bracelet and a necklace, and we will show it at the end on as well for our look. That's what I'm saying, but they can't hear it because my AirPods. Yes. I was like, it's gonna be very loud today. No, it's not. I know it. I was like, it's so loud. I asked Uncle Doug, I said, is the big bad wolf outside? Because it's just blowing. It's so loud. It's whistling. The wind's whistling. Okay, cart 101 for the necklace or necklace bracelet, which is this, and then the earrings, everything that you need to come with them or to make them come in this kit for $48, which is a steal. So you can get everything you need to make both of these in this kit, but we're going to go through some of the bulk items as well. So I have this really beautiful, it's a medium roped chain bracelet, which also seems to not have the Carter. There it is. Never mind. It is. Haha, I found it. Cart 105. These are pre-cut, pre-linked, pre-clasped. These are finished bracelets, silver plated. They're gorgeous, but this is the medium rope. I do carry one that is quite a bit thinner than this, but it's the same style. But this is the style that we used for our bracelet necklace. So you can buy a bulk pack, 5 pieces for $18. Cart 105. I think these retail to be around $14 a piece. So essentially, you're getting like 4 of these for free. Peggy can hear the wind. Dang it. I'm trying to I was hoping my hair was gonna kind of blow that out of there, but hopefully it's not like too bad. Okay, so you're gonna get one of these bracelets in the kit. Otherwise, you can buy the bulk pack cart 105. And if you want, you can use those other ones too. And if you didn't want to do like the necklace and the bracelet, you can just use them as layering bracelets. So we'll put that there. And then let's say like that with it. Or you can put this one on the bottom. But you can layer just the normal bracelets as well, which is amazing. So you'll need one of those. I have 7 of these typewriter key blanks. Now, these come in 3 different colors. Let me pull all 3 out. You can get a silver antique version, a brass antique version, or copper antique. Okay, so there's 3 different colors you can buy in here. So the color that I used was the brass antique color, but you can do silver or copper, whatever floats your boat for the bulk packs. But for the kits, you will be getting the brass color, because I think that's the one that I had a little bit more of. But you can buy bulk packs of all of them. So you can choose between those 3 plating colors, and they all are pewter based. And they're super cute. Oh, Peggy, you are way too funny for your own good. You should be a comedian, Peggy. Uncle Doug, I can see him smiling over there. That's so funny. This is the copper antique version, copper antique plated version. This is that silver antique plated version, and your brass antique, which is the color that I used in my finished design. These are also great. If you have the letter stamping kit, you can stamp. Pewter's really easy to stamp into, so you can stamp little letters in here. So if you wanted to do, you could like, instead of doing these little jewels, or if you had an even number, you could do a couple jewels on either side and then do like PRAY stamped in there for pray, because it's religious themed, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of different combinations that you can do in those, but I did want you guys to know that you can stamp letters or other objects into these, and then they're really great for resin too, because they do have that lip there. So lots of different ways you can do this, but I just decided to make it easy and just do all the jewels there. So these little Swarovski flatbacks, you'll get 7 of them in the kit, and they're this really pretty like light sapphire color. I use these a lot, and I also use them. Oh, I do have it right here. Those little flatbacks are amazing, and I want to create more crystal packs with them, but I think we need to find some more that are this size. But this is the same crystal that I used for these copper chain bracelets. So this is what it would look like if your, charm or connector is a little bit smaller. It can really fill it up. Otherwise, it's great when it's framed in with those. Gosh, I even forgot I had these. I need to finish these off and just make them because they're beautiful. But I don't have any more of that copper chain left. I had somebody email me, what was it, like last year? And she goes, "How much of that chain do you have left?" I was like, "Why? You want to buy it all?" And she bought it all. She bought like the last 300 feet of it that I had. It was a big bulk order, but the chain was amazing. And we might need to find some more that's like that too. All right. So after our typewriter keys, you can choose whatever colors you want for those. Maybe I'll do I'll do a silver. I'll do silver toned for this one. But you'll have them facing down like this, and then you would glue with Loctite is what I use. You can use E6000, whatever super glue or whatever glue you want. This is the professional liquid. I dip my silicone brush in there and then kind of paint it on and then stick my jewel on. But I don't want to use up too many of these, so I'm just gonna kind of put it on there and say we glued that. You're also going to need this crystal pack if you're not getting the kit. Cart 107. These are Swarovski crystal crosses. They are rhodium plated, anti-nickel. So note that they are anti-nickel, rhodium plated, Swarovski cross crystals. Cart 107, you'll get 10 pieces for $20 if you get the bulk pack. Otherwise, these do come in the kits. So you'll need some of those. And then that, all of these little charms and things at the bottom are attached with JR20s in the silver antique plated color. So you use some of those jump rings. You're also going to need this cross pack. Super duper cute. These tiny circles with this cross imprinted in there. And then these do come with jump rings. Some of them will come with JR45s and some of them will come with JR01s, which are like this. But that's okay. Just take these off because I replace these jump rings with the JR20s anyways, and those are included in the kits. And then you can use the extra JR01s and JR45s for a different project. So you'll need some of those. They are pewter based and silver plated. And then you can put some paint in there too to really make that cross pop if you want. I'm going to pretend that I glued this one, but punch your holes prior to gluing. So you'll notice that I have punched holes on either side of the stamping right up to the edge there. So I took my pliers or my hole punch pliers kind of in the middle, and then I drug the point to the edge of the circle there and then punched. So you'll punch 2 holes on either side, which leaves your bottom loop for your little charmy charms. And then in between all of those, they are attached by JR40-040. They're brass plated jump rings. They're, no, silver plated jump rings, brass based. So you use the JR40s to connect them all the way through to the end there. And then there's a JR40 with another JR40 for that end. And then this end, JR40, which connects directly into your chain. And then this part's already finished. But if you wanted to switch this link out for a matching JR40, I do have that, or all of those jump rings. You need to do that in the kit pack. Just so it matched, because the link looks a little bit different than the JR40. So I wanted to switch that out so everything was uniform. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then you're going to put those down there. You're going to attach those with jump rings. So all you're doing is hole punching, connecting jump rings, and gluing crystals. That's it for this whole design. So easy. You guys are going to love it. Get it now. Get the kit, get the bulk packs, get everything you need for this because you're going to want it. If you need any more Carter numbers for this to be popped up, let me know. We've gone through, 2 trivias already? So we have 2 more. We can probably do another one. 1, 2, yeah. Is Uncle Doug ready for another trivia? Cool. Let me bring Uncle Doug up here. Yellow.
Hello.
Isn't that so easy to be done, but it just looks
Yeah, it
fab.
looks really stinking awesome.
I love it.
I mean,
All
just
right.
yeah, really cool.
For this giveaway, you're going to get um this cuff that I have painted, which is easier to give the cuffs away in the or in the trivias versus our over $100 or over
Yeah, that's
$100
cool.
threshold. So that, and then some CH100 chain to go with it.
Looks like a good one.
Heck yeah.
Let's see who our happy whiner is. What is the only continent without an active volcano? What is the only continent without an active volcano? That's our trivia question. Let's see who comes in first. I gotta keep a very close eye on both of these screens to see who hits the answer first. We should have like a
Sure.
red buzzer button or something, you know,
Right.
because I just have to keep looking side by side and see which comes in first. And again, for those watching, it might not be in the same order when you see it in your comments as ours. So the first one who actually get posts the correct answer from our view, and it looks like we've got first, second, and third. Kathy Coppinger, Lisa Mack second, and Kat Koseja over on YouTube, and Lucine a distant fourth. It feels like the Olympics. We're watching cross country skiing or something.
So
Good job, Kathy Coppinger. She's a regular in our winner circle.
She is. She gets the CH100 chain. There's 2 feet of CH100 chain here, and then this cuff that I hand painted that we have offered in the warehouse sale. So if you want this cuff, go over to vintagelifeshop.com and you can get the steel version that's not pre-painted.
Yeah, Australia was the answer. Sometimes people don't. I don't get that out there fast enough, but Australia was the answer.
Amazing. All right. Well, Uncle Doug's getting Kathy's doodle ready. We'll show you the big loot giveaway again. I think that's a good time to show it as
Yeah,
well.
that buys me some time because I write so slowly.
Yeah. All right. To win the big loot giveaway, you must have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com and love react to the live demo on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment your name so we know who you are. Because sometimes your usernames are a little bit hard to find you with. All
So I've
right.
got something so very, very important for our springtime season.
Okay.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Your little bee.
Aw, busy bee.
Okay. Hopefully it's like a honey because I love the honey. We
Oh,
always get the
sure.
raw honey, the what do you call it? The local honey.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Local honey?
Local raw honey.
Yeah. We love ourselves some honey over here. It's one thing I've kind of toyed with the idea of doing bees,
Mm-hmm.
but I've hear stories about people who start them, they don't quite do too well over winter, even though they're supposed to be able to. I'll be
Sure.
afraid of losing them all over winter. All
All
right, you can
right.
dismiss me.
We'll see you later. Okay. For our last kit offering, it is this choker necklace and this beautiful bracelet. So let's get that popped up on the screen for you, beauties. The necklace and bracelet, $48, cart 109. So everything that you need to make this choker necklace and this bracelet do come in the kit for $48. You will get a little extra chain than what I need for my neck or your wrist. Just so you guys know that that is included, and I'm not just gonna short you on some chain and it might not fit. We're gonna make sure that you're able to fit into these kit examples by getting a little extra chain and sometimes a little extra leather, a little extra wire. All right, cart 109 for the bracelet and choker necklace kit. Peggy says she loves the bracelet. All right, Peggy, we will start on the bracelet and then we'll do a quick trivia after the bracelet, which this is going to go so fast. So Uncle Doug better stay on his toes. And then we will do our necklace here. And then we'll do the big loot giveaway. And then we'll finish off with the look. So let's start off with the bracelet because Peggy loves it. And you know what? So do I. And taking it home with me. And it's just stunning. Oh my goodness. I love it. It's so cool. All right. So what you need for this bracelet. I will pop up the bulk pack, but just know that one of these do come in the kit pack. Cart 110 for a steel based rhodium plated bracelet connector. So this is rhodium plated, anti nickel, steel based, not stainless steel, raw steel. So raw steel with a rhodium plating that is anti nickel for this big bracelet cuff. Doesn't that just look insane? It's so pretty. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan about how we're going to go about this too. And so I was planning potentially, just know that you can do this. I was thinking about doing a wrap over top of this. So riveting some filigree to this bracelet and then wrapping this crystal into it. But I didn't have enough time to find out which um, filigree would work for this. I tried F112, that didn't quite work. You could do F103, which is that diamond shaped one. I just didn't have enough time to execute it, but I thought it was beautiful even without having filigree wrapped around it or on top of it. And we just used a lot of that Loctite to get that secure, but super easy with your bracelet connector there. In the kit, you will get a section of CH0015. Yes, that's the right number. CH0015. I think this chain retails for $11.75, if I'm remembering correctly. Almost $12 a foot, which is crazy. So for sure get the kit. Otherwise, you can buy a couple feet of this chain on the retail site or the wholesale site if you're a wholesale customer and utilize that up. But I thought it was the perfect chain because it's thick, just like this bracelet connector. There's 3 little opening holes here on the end, and I connected 3 links down, down, and down. And then on the last link here, the one link goes into the 3 sections of chain. And then the CL0005 that's included in the kit does do a nice direct connection and can fit this chain super well. So you don't need to add an additional jump ring to the end of that, which is nice. And then same thing on the other side. We did 3 sections of 3 link chain down, 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 and then had that last one there for our clasp closure like that. All right. So that's the chain portion and the clasp portion. We used a big clasp or the biggest size clasp we have because it is a pretty big bracelet with some pretty thick chains. So that's why we use that big old clasp there. The crystal does come in the kit. So that will eventually make its way right there in the center, which it's stunning, even with just the rhodium plating. You don't even have to paint it if you don't want. So I think it's beautiful either way, but going along with our peridot colors, this is a very like green gray. It's like a green gray with a little bit of yellow. Look at all the facets in that thing. This looks incredible when you're out in the sun. Look at that. That's, oh, it's so pretty. We'll flick it around a little bit. Take your big barrel pliers. Look at these things. You're going to want these. You can get these on vintage.com. So glad you put anti-nickel in the description. Of course. I try and be pretty particular when I'm making the descriptions. I like to put the size, the base metal, the plating, you know, whatever information you may need. Or, you know, a lot of people probably don't know that rhodium is anti-nickel. So just information that you probably wouldn't know in general, or information that you're probably going to be looking for. I try and keep all that pretty close in line. I'm going to go with the bigger side here. So I'm going to put this on like the very end and start a bracelet curve on both sides just by bending it up. And then you'll kind of fit that to your wrist and see where you need to bend. So this side seems pretty good. I need to bend this other side just a little bit more. We're gonna tuck it. We'll see how that is. That seems pretty good. That's fitting my wrist pretty well. Liking that. All right. If you want to rivet and do the filigree, punch your hole right in the center. If you're going to punch it, these are not going to reach the center, your normal hole punch pliers. So you're going to want to use the, whatchamacallit, screw down hole punch, because that will reach the middle. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. That looks good. I used hematite and only hematite to paint this. So you shake up your paint. Maybe should I try a different color? Because you guys already know what hematite looks like on there. So this is the hematite color with the green crystal. What color should I paint the other bracelet with this crystal? Let me know. I know there's a lot of people that are allergic to nickel. In the comments, let me know what color I should pair with this bracelet instead of hematite, because you guys already know what hematite looks like. Is there another color that you guys are like, I'm curious what that would look like with that green crystal? I mean, just look at even just the rhodium plating. If you just glue that on there, you don't even need to plate it, or you don't even need to paint it, which incredible. Oop, that's because I don't have it glued on. No little takers. That's okay. I will pick out a color then. On this, you might want to hammer it a little bit more flat so your crystal sits flat. So just make sure that your middle part there, where you're going to be gluing the crystal, is flat. Pick a green tone. Okay. Olive green. All right, we'll do olive green. Bam. Olive green for Stephanie and Lynn's request. It's like asking a lady or asking a girl what they want to eat. I don't know. So I ask you guys, what color should I do so I don't have to pick? Olive green with a little eerie peach. How about that? Or I could even probably add like eerie peach to my hematite one. We'll see. We'll do some olive green though. So just put some of that in there. Using the antique line on this, I recommend having your heat gun on hand, ready to go, because you're gonna want to start applying your heat pretty quickly after you have applied your paint. So I'm gonna dry off my bristle brush Sienna brown and Erie gold. I should have been a little quicker. I'm almost tempted just to do Jean's request because she's got some really great color combos. Erie gold. I have Erie gold. No, I have Sienna. I do. Okay. I'm gonna take back the olive green. We'll do Sienna brown and Erie gold first. We'll do Jean's request. And then if we're not a huge fan of that, maybe we'll apply a little bit of the olive green on top. Don't worry, the colors in my paint palette are already dried, so I'm not mixing any colors. Just know that. Okay, because I'm curious. Jean's really, really, really good with colors, so we're gonna do that. So we're gonna do a base of the sienna brown first, and then we'll top it with some Erie gold, and then we'll add a little bit of that green because I think brown, green, and gold go super well together. I'm just gonna do a nice light splattering around because once I get a light base, then my paint will stick to my second layer a lot easier. But the antiques like to flow. So if you have a lot of divots, it's great. But once you get into like this more flat stuff without much detail, it's kind of hard to make it work. So that's why our heat gun comes in handy, because then we start to apply the heat and then it sticks super well. So get a little bit more over here. I'm doing some messy painting because I like it when it's organic looking. All right, so after that, I'm gonna do a little, like a light, super light heat to it. All right, so do that, and then I'm gonna add another layer, just a light layer over top, darken it up a little bit, splatter her on. So it's the same technique that I used for my hematite color. So I'm not doing anything different, just adding some different colors. I am doing something different, just not a lot different. All right, so I'm gonna start heating that up right away as I'm applying paint so it stays a little more opaque. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I want to make sure that I get all my little swirls and divots on all sides taken care of. I'm gonna do a high setting so it dries a little quicker. Okay, so you have some of that. Let's put some Erie gold on top. I'm not gonna brush too much of this brown off, so I'm gonna. Ooh, I just painted my charger cord. Love that. I'm just gonna act as if my brush is a dry brush. I'm not going to dunk it into the water. Okay. I'm just gonna dry it off with a paper towel so there's a little bit of that brown left over. And we'll come on with some Erie gold. Ooh, Jean was a really, really good color picker here. That Erie gold is insane on top of the sienna brown with that rhodium plating. Ooh, I don't want to take too much pressure on here because I guess my sienna brown isn't totally dry in some spots yet. Okay, I'm gonna pick some of this up out of there. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that sienna in this spot. Kind of mix it a little bit. All right, let's dry this. That's really pretty. Be careful when you're handling your heat gun and metal in general. It gets pretty dang hot and you will for sure burn yourself if you're not careful. Beautiful. All right. I don't even think we need to add any of the olive. Ooh, hold on. That's a little hot. The sheriff just flew by. Wee, wee. I just dunked my brush. It's still a little warm, so I'm just going to pick it up with my relief cloth for now. This is that sienna with the eerie gold on top. Ooh, still pretty warm. Oh, it's getting better though. Good point, Lisa. Some of the platings will not easily take layers of paint when it's wet, so make sure that it's totally dry beforehand. That's gorgeous. A tiny bit of green added with a detail brush and some of the recess would be a pretty way to incorporate that color. Absolutely. But I'm thinking I'm liking it just how it is. I don't even know if I want to add green to it because we're getting the green from our crystal here. Oh! Okay. Somebody else will be getting the hematite version. I'm taking this version for myself because look at how well it matches my flannel here. Corian's way too excited for this piece. Actually, not way too excited because you guys know. Oh my goodness! Uncle Doug, look at the screen. I wouldn't eat. Okay. Personally, I don't want to add green to this because it's so gorgeous, just the way it is. But if you want to add green to it, definitely for sure can. But that's that's good enough for me. That's so pretty. Um, yeah. And Jean said, I knew you would love that combo. That's a combo I'm gonna have to use a lot more. So it's actually what makes me love that combo even more is because these earrings that I made, the black with the eerie gold on it matches that super well. So I did the black leather and just put iridescent gold on top, but you could do brown leather and do eerie gold on top, or you can put a little bit of that sienna brown on the leather and then do the eerie gold on top to match those tones. I was like, the crystal fell down my sleeve, so I just had to get that out. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. Get the bulk pack or get the kit or get both because you're going to want this crystal probably. Not probably, you definitely will. Okay. Then you're going to do your three little strands off to the side here. And pull this bench block off. Like that. And then do that on the other side. And then you have pretty little set there. That's stunning. Stunning. I can't stop looking at it. That probably sold everybody just doing it in that color. I mean, the hematite is gorgeous too. Maybe adding hold on. We're not done. We're not done with that other one. Where's my stupid paint palette? I just had it here. There it is. Let's just see. Because now since we're playing with a little bit of color here, and we have a little bit of time because the next necklace bracelet's not going to take super long. I'm gonna take some of this eerie gold. I need to mix it up again because it's settled pretty good. And we're just gonna I'm just going to add some of that to the hematite around the crystal. I want to not do it too thick, so I'm just kind of like blotting it on to bring out some of those gold tones. I mean, Eerie Gold is probably one of my favorite iridescent colors for sure. I use it all the time. But that Eerie Gold and Sienna on top of the rhodium, say less. Yep. Oh, much better. Much better. Brings out a little bit of that warmth. I'm going to pick up just a tiny bit of this off to this. Just a little bit of this over here to make it look very antique. Oh, and then you have the gold shine. Yep. Sold. That's incredible. You could probably add a little bit of the sienna brown to that even. Uh, I can't stop looking at it. It's way too pretty. Okay. Then you take your Loctite. I have mine here. I'm gonna dip my silicone brush into my Loctite bottle. Put that right in the center. Enough to where it's not gonna like super pool, but it's gonna cover everything on the whole flat back of the crystal once I get that glued on there. And you can score your crystal or your um bracelet too if you're worried about making sure that it's super secure, but I've had no issues with Loctite, so. Oh, make sure we're pretty. Hold on. I need to go over a little bit. Ah, I have to look at it from this way to make sure that I'm centered. Make sure I'm on screen here. Press that down pretty good. All right, Connie, I got you, girlfriend. Yeah. Uh. Ooh, sold. We're gonna have to buy more of these stinking bracelets, guaranteed. Oh man, they're so pretty. Oh yeah. So the bulk pack is sold out. So the only way you can get this bracelet is by buying the kit now. So if you want this bracelet connector, get the kit because the bulk pack is gone. It's out of here. And depending on how many I have, I might be able to make 1 or 2 more packs, but that's insane. All right. On to trivia. Is Uncle Doug ready for trivia? Okie dokie. Let me make sure that we get him up here. Hello.
Hey.
Isn't that bracelet?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those over the top-ish things.
That's insane. I'm just blown away at those colors. Okay. So the next trivia here, it's going to be just like the trivia beforehand, but it's it's painted slightly different. So same 2 foot of CH100 with, this is same color combo, just painted slightly different. So you have another opportunity for a hand painted cuff.
Okay, are we ready for the question?
Yes.
In Greek mythology, who was punished to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity? In Greek mythology, who was punished to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity? That's our trivia question.
Okay.
Keeping my eye peeled for the answers.
Lisa said, by the way, ladies that sell her gift, today is Ash Wednesday and it is Lent until Maundy Thursday. Many young ones will also celebrate their first communion and enjoy receiving crosses. That's a good selling technique. Good job, Lisa.
It looked like we've got already a correct answer over on YouTube with Cat.
Mine's not popping up.
Yeah.
Hold
Cat
on.
Lucine with a close second.
What was the answer?
Sisyphus.
Okay, I found cat. There you go. Good job, cat. Oh, you get a second applause. Cat special. So as long as you have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com, you get to claim trivia and or the big loot giveaway. Oh, poor Janet. Let me put up her comment
What
here.
did Janet say?
Oh, I feel so bad, but you know, that's why you have to order during pre-order because some of these things sell out. She said, because it won't let me pop up her comment right now. Please, more packs of connectors. It sold out as I was buying it.
Oh, wow. So I guess you got to press your checkout button right away,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Like some of these things, they're going to be out right away. So you guys got to get your pre-orders in or get things super, super, super early.
Yeah, it's just like trivia. You got to be right on the button.
Yes. All right.
Rosie's the only one over. Well, no, Lisa had it. Lisa got it right after I put in answers. I'm sure we were pressing it at the same time.
Oh.
But it looks like she answered it after I put up the answer.
Do you have a doodle for Cat?
I do. I just have to get Cat's name written here.
Okay.
We'll be all good.
To enter the Big Loot giveaway, you must have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com. But all you have to do is love react to the live demo on Facebook. In the case that you are a YouTube watcher, you must be subscribed and you must like the video and comment your name so we, know that you're interacting with us and comment your name so we know what your real name is instead of just your hashtag username.
Yeah, and for anybody who's over on YouTube watching but not commenting, we won't know to put your name over here.
Right, you have to comment.
So if you want to enter, you got to make a comment. Just say hello over here, like it, so we can make sure we got you captured because I know there's more people than have been commenting.
Yes. Oh, sorry, you're switched. Oh, switched again.
Switch me back on.
Okay, it won't let me switch you back. There we go.
There it is. Okay.
Okay.
Here is little doodle. Hope you like Mario mushrooms. You go, Cat.
Love it. It's super cute. All right, we'll see you when you get over here. Okay, well that it switched it right at the perfect time. So at least that last time it did, but it was giving me a little bit of hassle there. Okay. This choker necklace, not bracelet, is super cute. It looks really beautiful when it's on, and we'll show what everything looks like at the end of the live. But simple connections, and then we're gonna do some riveting here. So you're going to need one of these medallion packs. So I'm gonna put this up screen and I'm gonna come in a little bit closer here. Okay, that's really beautiful. Let's get the Carter popped up for this. So I'm gonna pop up the kit first. So the necklace and bracelet kit, you get the components to make this bracelet and this choker necklace for $48, cart 109. Everything that you need to make this bracelet and everything you need to make that choker necklace are included in the kit. Everything from the stampings to chain to findings, you name it. All right. Then we need to put up this bulk pack for the medallion pack. These retail for about 14 bucks a piece, I believe, because it's not just this top medallion circle. You also get these already attached little circles. So if you wanted, you could take these out and just use this as a connector. Instead, we have those three. I punched 2 additional holes on either side here. So we'll do that. Love it. Let me pop up Jean's comment here. So that way I have it favorited. Oh, if it'll, not yet. Once I see Jean's comment on my iPad, I will favorite it. So then I can bring that back up at the end of the live to tell you guys what's coming for Friday. All right, so I'm gonna kind of line it up with the little petals here of the medallions. We're gonna punch a hole on either side. I have to bring this off screen so I can squeeze it a little bit better. And then do it on the other side. You're lined up. And down a little bit. There we go. That seems to be about right. Gorgeous. So we have 2 additional hole punches on either side now. You're going to get not only the medallion with the 3 attached, you're also going to get 2 extra little pieces here. So these do come with, and then those are going to be these outer 2 once we get to that point. You're going to need your fleur. I still don't see Jean's comment. That's so odd. I hate it when the comments act like that. These are the natural brass fleurs. You get 6 pieces for $20. Cart 112. I think these retail for about $7 a piece. Something like that. They're very detailed. I know Jean's used these in a few designs. I think she used them in some earrings that were facing this way, which would be stunning. You can do earrings facing this way. I've seen them in a couple bracelet designs, but I think this is the first time that I'm using this in a warehouse sale. So we use them as our little curving parts to our choker necklace. So you're going to need 2 of those. And then you're going to need to punch some holes in here. So you'll see that I have riveted and, oh, sorry, I didn't touch that. I promise. Anyway, if you're not signed up for the Backstage Pass, sign up for it. And it won't let me switch back. So hold on, give me a second here. You know, I think I jinxed myself when I was like, okay, the iPad's, working how it's supposed to. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't switch back. Okay. Don't. Okay. Hi, Uncle Doug. This thing is going crazy right now. I'm gonna put my hands up. Just don't. Oh my goodness. What's going on here? Okay. Has it stopped? Oh. Okay, well, if they used to retail for 7, then we should probably, if they retail to be around 9, we should probably update that. See, I'm not. uh, It is. It's like, this is not, we can't demo like this. So anyway, in the meantime, Jean, if you wouldn't mind going in and fixing that retail price for those, so the discount shows up appropriately, that would be amazing. But yeah, these retail for 14. I guess these retail for 9 now. Which we do have a pretty good stock of these, so that's probably why you're getting the deal that you're getting, is because we have like a big bag of them. But that's good information. All right, are we done flipping now? I'm hoping. Jeez. Okay, where are my shears? And the wind's go. Oh, something just fell over outside. Hopefully it wasn't Uncle Doug. The wind pushed him over or something. No, I see him. He's in his office. I mean, it's going crazy. Maybe the lid to the dumpster just flipped up or something. Okay. So this hole here is going to guide me for my hole punch hole. And depending, so after, because that retail price is inaccurate, the one that I have on the live shop right now, after the live, I'm probably going to adjust the quantity that you receive. So you're gonna probably get more for less now during the live. Maybe Monday. I'll switch it Monday, so it gives our replay watchers a minute to get them at the appropriate or at the same cost. But just know that those will probably increase after the live today, or the live and then come Monday. All right, I'm going to use the 2 little notches that are right above my hole punch as my guides for snipping the tops of these off. There we go. They'll get a little sharp, so make sure that you file after the fact. Don't do anything with the internet. I have mine turned off in there. Yeah, the Ethernet connection in there's disabled right now. I do that before the lives. Okay. Okay. File that nice and good. Make sure there's no sharp points with my, yeah, with my finger. So I glide those with my finger. There we go. Do that on the other side. I'm only gonna do the one side for now. You'll line up your holes. That looks to be good. And you're gonna get a couple RV04Os in the kit, which is that solid brass, like open hole rivet. Let me. I'm gonna put my nice side down. So I'm gonna put my rivet down and then my medallion. Oh, I might have to extend that hole a little bit. Come on here. There we go. All right. That's on the rivet. And then we're going to slide this on to the rivet as well. It's like our little wing. There we go. give me enough room to rivet this down. We'll actually probably do this at an angle so I don't accidentally hit my phone. Because I have done that before too. Oh, don't do that, Corian. All right. As I'm holding these down, I'm going to start mushrooming my rivet by using the rounded side of my hammer. You can cut this rivet down too if you feel the need to. You know, I'm going to have not the hardest time getting home, but I just know that those crosswinds in my Jeep are going to be insane. Absolutely crazy. All right, so I'm shifting this over to the side a little bit. I have some room where I can twist it back to the spot that I need it to be in. I want to make sure that it's nice and tight on there. So you do that same thing on the opposite side, and then take your barrel pliers, give it a slight curve to follow the neck. Do that on either side. Now up here, I had a little bit of a different idea when I first started doing this. And I did 2 hole punches on either side here. If you want to do this little chain thing, you just add your 2 hole punches. Otherwise, you don't have to punch the top and you don't have to add that chain there. I was just looking for something to fill that spot with. And then I punched a couple down here for my other hanging things, but you could just leave it like this and then just do the 3 here with the little jewels, do the flat backs over your rivets, and then you could do a flat back up here, so it's like 1 2 3 and then 1 2 3, which I think would be super great for that. So instead of doing those 2 additional hole punches, I'm gonna hold off on that because you guys see what it looks like here. But you will need to punch. Oh my gosh, I mean that wind is how is there not a tornado outside right now? I mean, seriously, it's whistling so bad. These little holes here, or these divots, are going to be my little placeholders for my chain. So if you want to just do a single chain, don't punch these 2 additional holes. But if you want the trio chain, or if you just want the 2 chain, definitely do these hole punches. That's what I feel like here, Cheryl. I mean, the whole building just feels like it's shaking. It's crazy. Yes, my doggos and Ian need me. They do, Peggy. I will be safe when I'm getting home. I am a phenomenal driver. I will brag about my driving skills. So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Hi, Carmen. Oh, she's been watching on YouTube from her TV. I love that. Thank you about the bracelet designs. I really appreciate that. That's the one bad thing about watching from a TV is that you can't like comment and interact with everybody, but it's so good just to lay down on the couch or something and just watch what's going on. I love that. Okay, so you have your 2 additional hole punches there. I'm not going to do the hole punches here because I don't feel like I need to do that for this. And then attach your JR20s to these 3 holes, which connects into your silver antique plated CH10, which comes in the kit. Otherwise, you can get CH10 on the retail or wholesale site. And then a little extra CH10 was for this little wavy thing here. But I'm going to skip that. And then I'm going to skip these 2 bottom ones. So it's just a 3. So you guys can see what that looks like because I like that more. I just didn't want to waste the pieces that I had already hole punched. And I probably could have turned them into some necklaces or something, but or earrings. I was like, nope, we're gonna make it like an upscale version, and then we'll do a little bit of a downscale version. So you're gonna take some more of these flat back crystals that are coming in. You're gonna get 2 different sizes. I'm gonna put them down here. You're gonna get the super, super tiny size, and then you're gonna get this medium size. The medium size, I'm gonna put this here so it's a little bit more flat, is gonna go right in the center there. And then your smaller sizes are gonna get put in the centers of your little circle things down there. Oh, I need to grab my tweezers here. It's a little hard for me to pick up with just my fingers. No, I'm not gluing these. I'm just putting them there so you guys can see what it would look like. It's like a 1, 2, 3 there, and then you add. I have some more backs out here. Do one on one of the rivet heads. And then do one on the other rivet head. Where am I? Oh, the other flatback crystals were covered up by the chain. That would make sense. I flip one there. Hopefully they don't all fall off while I'm trying to stick this one in that spot. Okay. And then grab another one for that top one. Wait, come on, flip. Okay. Ah! I just flung that off of my bench block. I just need to take this piece of like glued leather off. Oh, by the way, I Loctited the crap out of my fingers the other day. Total accident, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed right now because I had to pick all the Loctite off my thumb. Not just my thumbnail, but like my thumb skin too. Okay. That would be without the additional hole punches. Where's my little bead all here? So no hole punch there, no hole punch there. Add your other P225, I think is this number. So you'd cut that there, put your hole punch there, rivet in, and then that would be the other side. Which I almost like it a little bit more without the chain. I think it just depends on like if you're wearing it for like everyday wear or like fancy wear. I think fancy wear I would do it with the chain dangles. I'm gonna give up on that. Like this for more fancy wear, but if it's more like everyday, probably do it a little bit more simple. You like the alternative? Yeah. Me stinking too. All right. Well, that's about it for that one. These little things, they just have little links that you open and close. Ooh, did I just fling something else off? I think I did. It's a little ring, and then you can use chain nose or round nose. Round nose might be a little bit easier. You just curl it in and close that link. If you wanted to attach some more down here at the bottom, or if you need to attach them back into those links, but can do it either way, the upscale or the more simple version. All right, let's see if there's any other products that I haven't put up on the screen yet. Ooh, there's one more. So I'm gonna push this up before we get into the big loot giveaway here. So you guys remember the little pewter crosses here? So those little pewter crosses, if you're not a huge silver fan, that's why I brought out this other pack. So I have a bunch of these, which I have featured these before. and you'll see that inspiration photo in the listing on vintagelifeshop.com. But if you're looking for more warm tones and you don't necessarily want the cross, I do have these little gold, they're the same size, these little gold hopes that you could put in place of the crosses, or you can, do it mixed metal and do one hope, one cross, one hope, one cross. So it's a little bit more mixed up. But I do have the hope pack, which is the same price and quantity as the cross pack. The hope is pewter based, gold plated, comes with the JR45 jump ring attached to it, 16 pieces for $18, cart 113. So I did want to give you the option for more warm toned if you wanted to replace the hope or the cross with the hope. See if I can line that up a little bit easier to make it look like that. So you guys have a couple different options or a few different options for that. All right. I think that's good for the demo today, actually. I think we're all done now. Gone through our trivia. I do have the big loot giveaway, so I'm going to take this down and I'm going to bring Uncle Doug back on for the big loot giveaway. Yellow.
Hi there.
Think we're making pretty good time.
We are actually, but sometimes when you say that, you end up going even longer.
I know. But now we're done with the whole demo.
Yeah, that's true. It's just going to be the show and tell, right?
Yep, the big loot giveaway, and then we'll do the show and tell after the fact.
Yeah.
Let me get this on screen here.
So I have some names for you from over in YouTube.
Okay. You just gonna Teams those to me?
I will do that, yeah.
Okay.
Just going to find them here.
And I need to find the right Teams app
Yeah, me too.
on mine.
I got all these things open. All right. The one that you sent me the switcher link on is the one I'm sending it. Uh-oh, don't do that.
Sorry.
Ages.
I am tired. Oh, speaking of yawns and speaking of being contagious, one of my dogs yawned yesterday, and then the other three yawned after she had yawned. So it's like contagious for dogs too. If
Yeah.
dogs yawn around each other, they'll also yawn.
I'll
It's
tell you one
crazy.
that's even funnier than that. Okay, I'm not
Okay.
trying to outdo you. So
What's
we were
that?
watching some phone videos that we were backing up, because we like to keep them. And Nancy had one of Ava,
Uh-huh.
and so she was like full screen, and we were showing them on the television. And so Ava does the TV Ava does a big yawn. Oh, and so Ava's watching it, and right immediately she just, oh, she
Oh, that's so
saw
funny.
herself yawning, and it caused herself to yawn.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I was thinking about making a video. Like, does anybody else's dogs like
Oh
have
yeah.
contagious yawning? It's so funny. All right, looks like you have a 1 in 30 something chance to win. Getting
Go
the rest of these
fast.
names in here. Control V. All right, I'm taking my name and I'm taking Quilting Dog Mama out.
Oh, you
Sorry,
gotta
Aunt
leave them in
Nancy.
just to see if they would have won it.
We'll just give her something anyway. S. Okay. Sort by name. Make sure we don't have any duplicates in here. Lucine is a duplicate. Get rid of hers. Not that she's cheating or anything, but
I
she's
have noticed
amazing.
something about the wheel though. If you have
What?
a very short name,
It makes your name huge.
you get a fatter wedge.
No, all the wedges are the same. Their
Are
name
they?
is just yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it looked like the wedge was
Mm-mm.
bigger.
Mm-mm.
Just
No. Yeah, just the
okay.
font.
So it's
The
fitting.
font
It's
size.
resizing the font to fill the wedge.
Yes. All
Okay.
right. We're gonna go full screen here. I'll do the giveaway. Make sure I can get this off the phone holder.
There we go.
Okay, you can only win once every 6 months.
Yeah, okay, you're right. They are the same. That's comforting.
Yes. Here we go. Has Sherry?
Let's find out. Yep, December.
Okay, we're gonna spin again, and her name has been taken out of the wheel. Here we go. What about Cindy Gilmer?
Let's take a look. And make sure I'm spelling the last name. No, no, she has not. So
Is
Cindy
this
would
her
be the
first
winner.
one? We'll have to see in the comments. Good job, Cindy. Cindy won the big loot giveaway, and as long as she has an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com, she will be able to have this shipped with her or shipped in her order for free. Isn't that crazy? Oh, now everybody's yawning because we were talking about yawns. That's so funny.
Well, unfortunately, Cindy's going to have to really work for it, as you'll see in my doodle.
Okay, let's see it. A wheelbarrow.
Yeah, she's
Garden time.
yeah, she's going to have to work for it.
That's cute. I don't even know if she's watching right now. She probably doesn't even know that she won.
Well, she'll be surprised.
Yeah, she will. I'm sure she's got an order. And if anything, she's probably going to watch the replay. That's so funny. You're okay. Other people's dogs do it too in the comments that I'm seeing. So that's comforting.
It's universal, apparently.
Yes. All right, Uncle Doug, thanks for joining us. We're going to pop you off for the look now. Okay, bye. It's not letting me switch. Okay, there we go. All right. Push this back. I'm gonna take my phone off the charger. I can get you. Oh, yay. Okay, Cindy is on. She said, I can't believe I won. Thanks. You're welcome, girl. Yeah, I'm gonna do a. There you go. I'm gonna just take her comment here, but comments have not refreshed in a minute, so that might be a minute. Okay, I'm gonna put some light on me.
Nice one. Really good mega one to win.
Yeah, there's a couple big like bracelets in there too, which will be good. Okay. Here we go. Gotta roll up my sleeves. Roll up my sleeves. Okay. So this is the sienna brown and iridescent gold bracelet. Hopefully if I go close up, it'll be easier to see because I know my lens is cracked. There we go. That's the sienna and the Erie gold. We'll flop that off. And this is the hematite with Erie gold. Push that up. There we go. It's like push it up just a little bit more. Isn't that just stunning? You guys, these bracelets are crazy. So we got those. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. And then we'll do our peridot bracelet. This is very cute. Do I have my bracelet thing? I keep losing that. And I swear I put it back like every time into my tool holder and then it just disappears. Okay. This is peridot. This way. The cute little peridot leafy charm. So that's from like a distance view. And then this is up close. Very pretty, very comfortable. Big fan. So you have that bracelet. Isn't that bracelet just insane? Just crazy. I think Jean's gonna have to find some more of those because they're amazing. Amazing. Okay. Have that bracelet. We're gonna do these earrings. I'm a big fan of these. Hopefully it doesn't look weird with my AirPods here. Maybe I'll cover it up with my hair. Love. You guys, I matched my outfit pretty dang good today with the color tones of this and then Jean's suggestion for that bracelet. That's far away. Up close. Love that. Thanks, Leslie. All right, then we got our simple cute earrings here to make sure that my earbuds don't fall out. So this is like up close, simple. Super cute. Just kind of like from a distance. Love those. Okay. Those earrings. Did these two. I did bracelet, earrings, earrings. Did these earrings. Did this bracelet. Okay, we gotta do this necklace, and then we have the necklace bracelet combo. Yeah. Make sure that I have my chain in line. Okay. Make sure I'm pinching the right jump ring, the right side with the right clasp. Thanks, Lisa. No, I see a couple more yawning comments. Yeah, same. Okay, let's turn this moon around here. Get that down. I'm just gonna pull this chain so it trios all the way back to the jump ring and the clasp. I find that that's the easiest way to make sure that it stays in line for when you first have it. Ooh, flicked the wrong hair side. There we go. So this is the one with the additional like little chain that's hanging down with the additional little circular things, but you don't have to do it as upscale. You can just do it like the simple version. But like I'm moving around my neck. It's comfortable. I'm not getting cut or anything. I'm a big fan of it. And if you want, you can drop it down a little bit lower too by using some of that extra chain that I'm sending you guys. So you can do it the simple version or the more upscale version. Which chokers are super huge and they're becoming more and more popular, especially the big chokers that go up to the neck like that. I've been seeing them more often and often. So that's that. And then the one that you guys have all been waiting for. Okay, watch what I'm doing here. Okay. I'm laying my pewter parts on first. This is my extra chain. I'm gonna wrap it around the top. back under. Ooh. Well, if I could balance it. Around the top, back under, and then you're going to clip into the jump ring that's down there. Give me 1 second while I get my clasp to the end of that jump ring. I don't need it for this one. It might be hard to use the helper with the additional chain. But this from a distance here, and then kind of like up close. So that chain really just gives it a super nice layering component. The flat backs are just gorgeous. This is what the backside looks like. So you cross it, very comfortable. And then, but wait. You're going to put it on as a necklace. This way. There we go. Pretend that my moon, actually, maybe I can bring my moon necklace up over top and just hold it up here a little bit for now. Then you have a necklace. Dual purpose, double whammy, necklace, bracelet, you name it. Isn't that so pretty? That's gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. You think that one's your favorite? It's probably one of my favorites too. It's so pretty. I'm a big fan. But yeah, you're like, oh, I don't want to wear a necklace right now. I'm just gonna take it off and make it into a bracelet. Or I'm done wearing my bracelet today. Now I want to wear a necklace. Boink, take it off, put it on. I love it. You always thought it was a necklace? Yes, you could do it both ways, bracelet or a necklace. Thanks, Carmen. All right. All right. All right. All right. I think that's the last thing that I had to show you guys for the look with the jewelry on. Don't forget to watch the replay if you joined in late. You can find everything that I offered today on vintagelifeshop.com. We have the kit options as well as the bulk options. For a longer necklace, you could do a double wrap. Yes, Uncle Doug. I wish these comments would. I'm only seeing YouTube comments right now, which they're all old comments that I've already seen. And then I can't see Uncle Doug's comment yet, or else I would pop it up there. But he is the one that suggested could do a double wrap if you wanted a longer necklace. So you could potentially I would do 2 bracelets, then do one on one side and one on the other side, and then double wrap, and then you would have a necklace that's probably sitting about this area, a little bit lower, which that's really pretty too. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I think that's enough Corian for today. You got me for a little less than 3 hours today, but hey, I think we did pretty dang good. We kept it moving. I'm going to scoot this over so while I'm bending over to look over this stuff, I was hoping to pop up vintages. Okay, there we go. Friday. So you will be joining Jean and Ainsley on Friday for the Warehouse Loot Design Inspo Day with limited kits available if you're not subscribed for the loot. Kind of like how we did for this last Vintage Stash offering. If you didn't get the subscription, I do have some of the bulk pack products available on vintagelifeshop.com right underneath of the offering that we did today. So we did some coin chain with some hearts on Monday, and then there's also some photography tips closer to the end of the live for Monday's live this last Monday's live, I have some photography tips laid out in there for you guys because I know tons of people were asking for them. So definitely take advantage of having the backstage pass, the vintage stash, publicly broadcasted for the next couple months so we can advertise for it. But take advantage of that quote unquote masterclass that was also included in there for the stash review. So lots of fun designs that we did on Monday. We did the photography class on Monday, the live today, and then you have Friday to look forward to with Gene and Ains for the warehouse loot subscription. Ooh, Monica will be there on Friday. Amazing. All right, I think that's about it. Let me pop Uncle Doug back on here so we can say bye. There we go. Just kidding. There we go. Hold on, you're muted yet. All right, hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello and goodbye, I suppose.
I know. Is there anything else that we're forgetting? Or anything that I'm forgetting? I don't know if there's any like special sales planned or releases going on. If you guys didn't know, we did release a couple of the colors for the 2-ounce paint containers that are available on vintage.com. So if you want the 2-ounce big containers, we do have 3 different sets and then individuals of those colors. But it seems like everybody is pretty good to hang out or head out. I don't see any more questions coming in, so I think that should conclude it. And you'll join Gene and Ainsley once again on Friday, and then we will see you next week. Monday also, Ainsley has another class. I can't remember if she's doing a designer question and answer on Monday, but you have that to look forward to for your for Monday's master class, which I don't think that's broadcasted. I think we're just doing the vintage stashes public for now. Okay. You're welcome, Stephanie. I'm just reading a couple of the comments there quick. That's it. You got me for 2 hours and 45 minutes, less than 3 hours. We will see you later, guys.